In life, we're going to have friends that come in and out of our lives. There are friends that are considered family. And then there are friends that become family. Friends are family. This episode is entitled, Friends Are Family Too.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith's being tested.
Have faith, let it begin. Hello everyone, my name is Angel, and welcome to Have Faith, Let It Begin. This is another episode, it's another week. We are closing in on October. I cannot believe where the time has gone. Wow. And I am literally about 7 weeks and counting to the birth of my first child, and it is getting real, folks. It's getting real. Nursery is complete. Yesterday, we had the privilege of having one of my brother's neighbors, who's also a family friend. I called him up and I said, listen, the closet in the nursery is not the greatest looking thing. And with not even like any hesitation, he said, I'm going to come over. We're going to get this thing all set up. And, he came over yesterday, and it was just awesome to be able to say that, our neighbor Rod came over and helped us out and really helped us get the closet in order. So I thank you, Rod, for that, and I appreciate your efforts to helping us out. I want to also talk to you today about a couple things that have come to mind. Over the last couple of weeks, we've dealt with so many hard topics, difficult topics such as depression, breakups, losing your faith, getting angry, being upset. Just a lot of things that have either happened in my life or things that I felt that others have shared with me, and that I kind of touch base on the topic, but not in their stories, because without their permission, I would never release a story, or yours for that matter, of all your viewers out there. I would never share a story unless you give me the permission, or would love to come on the show and share that story with us. But with that being said, it has really touched me in so many ways, because it's amazing how many people find our topics here very relatable. And that's always been my goal. As I've stated many times, when I launched in June of this year, 2018, June 15th to be exact, and it was actually exactly on that's my wedding weekend date, because it was June 12th, 2015, but I launched on June 15th, 2018, and I've always said, prior, 2 years in the making, preparing for the show, I always said, we're going to try to change the world, try to change your life, try to add some joy, some knowledge, some wisdom, some advice, but all based off of my personal testimony. And then hopefully one day, many stories will come up and people will share their stories with us. We have so many things in common as individuals. We all feel the same pain to a certain extent. We all feel sorrow. We've all gone through the good days and the bad days. But sometimes it's nice to turn on the radio, turn on this show, and say, wow, let me hear somebody else to hear somebody else going through what I go through. And the person is willing to share that and put themselves out there. Makes people feel a little bit more comfortable when they're dealing with their own storms, their own battles. And again, that's always been my goal, is to share with you everything that I can remember. So really, this episode is just a reminder to all of you that our show is dedicated to all of you. It is dedicated to everyone out there that is battling storms, or have battled storms, or have overcome obstacles, or are dealing with diseases and sorrow and loss, triumphs, victories, all across the board. This is not Angel's show. Yeah, of course, I host it, and yes, I named it, but it's our show. And I'm not saying that because I want to be looked at as a person who says, wow, that's awesome. No, I mean it. Folks, I don't think you realize how much this show has helped me. As I stated before, I went through therapy for many years, and therapy was very helpful to me. I can't say that it's helpful to others, but to me, it was very helpful. And, shout out to my therapist who knew that I've always wanted to put on this show. And he said to me, I think it's time that you share your stories. He says, and I think it'll help you. And when I did, he saw the change in me. And he said, I'm not going to be seeing you much longer, I can tell. And sure enough, I haven't been to therapy. This has been an eye-opener for me. This is something that I feel has been my calling. I preach at my church whenever they need. I officiate weddings. I run a youth group at my church. And for those of you that don't know, and this is your first episode, I've been with my wife for 11 years. Never thought we'd have children. And as you've heard in many other episodes, if you're new to this particular episode, you're now learning this for the first time, but you can go back in the archives and listen to the other episodes. You will know that this child that we are now going to be having and expecting is a miracle. And it is an amazing miracle because we really didn't think we were going to have kids, and mainly that's some of the reason why I went to therapy, because I had to accept the fact that at the time my wife didn't want children. But over time, things change. And I'm just blessed. I'm truly blessed. And you've heard stories about how the in-laws are causing a rift. And we pray about it each and every day, that things just get better and better. We pray that our child comes into this world and, gives us hope that it will heal wounds and bring people together. It's an amazing feeling. It really is, to know that all these things can come ahead and come full circle. So I feel bad because this episode is honestly a lot about me. And some of them are, but I mean, they're meant to have a meaning behind it. But I guess what happened was, like I said, I dealt with so many cool things this past weekend, that I just wanted to share that with you and tell you that it was an awesome experience to see friends and family, on my side come together and really help out and show love and support toward our baby girl that's coming up. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. And I guess I'm just going to label this particular episode that neighbors are families too. Friends are family. I want to also thank Ashley for coming out. Ashley has been one of my top 5 supporters since the show began. And she was over and she got to spend time with us. And, it's a really cool feeling to have these friends that that you can count on. So, I'm going to leave it this way. Over time, you're going to encounter people that come in and out of your life. There are friends, there are family, there are friends of family, and when they reach out and they offer, it's okay to accept. Sure, we live in a day and age where people may come into your life and they become jealous, or they become, I don't know, envious. And those people will come and go. But true friends will stay. True friends will be there through the thick and thin. And despite whatever obstacles they have in their life, they will not judge you for your happiness. They will not judge you. But throughout everything you will go through in life, friends, family that support and love you will always be number one, will always be those individuals that you can trust. I'd like to conclude this episode by thanking GABBIE Santana for the use of our theme song, Tested. Again, we encourage everybody to visit her channel, and to remind all of you, we are available here at Have Faith, Let It Begin on every platform. Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, and we launch off of Spreaker, who is our huge supporter, because we launch through their programming. I hope everyone has a beautiful morning, and I hope everyone will have faith and let it begin.